Hey, welcome to Guitar Knobs, the guitars, gear, noise, and nonsense podcast, hosted today by these knobs.
Tony Dudzik, Pick Guardian.
Hey everybody, it's me, Todd Novak. Welcome to the Guitar Knobs podcast. We are thrilled to death that you are listening to our show with us. That's the big thing. You are with us in our minds and our hearts, but not at this table.
No.
Yes.
We have two empty chairs.
Two empty chairs, indeed. We have a fantastic show for you because...
Why?
I was perusing the good old Instagram one late night, and I stumbled across a gentleman that captivated my attention.
Really?
And so I said, well, I'm going to reach out right now and get him on the show. And guess who are you?
Hello, my name is Pat Kauffman. I'm here in Brooklyn, and my business is called Pat Kauffman Electronics.
And what do you do at Pat Kauffman Electronics?
Generally, vacuum tube repair for guitar amps. I sometimes build some hi-fis, and I'm kind of doing a lot of classes right now also, different workshops and stuff like that.
Excellent.
So
cool.
I keep busy.
Yes. And where do you like to get pizza from?
Oh, Tony's Pizza, the best
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
The best slice joint in Williamsburg.
Yes, and so that's a good point. You're located in the Brooklyn area, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Now, the thing that, in fairness, I should qualify why it was captivating to watch you. First of all, I think your content's really great. You got you're a very engaging personality, and you can tell that you are wildly passionate about these things. I think the first thing that I saw, and we're not gonna go right into everything, but I just want to prep everybody. Okay, the first one that I saw was you were holding up a tube, and you're saying this tube was made right back here, and this where this factory used to be. And I was like, wow, this is like a History Channel too. This is fantastic. So yeah, it's really great fun, and you have you've got a very eclectic gathering of lots of musical type things that you enjoy showing people. So for those people that want to go see these wildly engaging things, where can they go?
Well, let's see. I guess I would go to my Instagram, which is just Pat Kauffman Electronics. My YouTube channel is the same name, and my website's pretty much the same name. So it's all out there.
There you go. PATC. Oh, no. Man, I already messed that up.
Clap.
K. Yeah, I'll do it right. I don't know. I'm looking at K, and I said C. Why? I don't know. Is there a dyslexic? Can you be dyslexic with just...
If you see K.
Yeah, okay. PATKAUFFMAN Electronics.
Correct.
That's where you need to go. All right. We're going to learn all about his story and the things that he is, as I mentioned, wildly passionate about, and we're going to have a great time.
Or else.
Or else, yes, indeed. We have a couple of announcements, so we're going to try to get through those. So, Pat, jump in at any point in time if you like. First of all,
yes,
we have the final giveaway pedal, Tony. I know, it's so sad, isn't it? We're all out of these pedals. But this pedal that we are giving away is... the maybe some might say famed. It is certainly collected and held in high regard by a number of people. This is
what number?
This is like one of those things that
Really?
people seem to either really love or really not love.
What is it?
This is the Ibanez Weeping Demon WD7.
Whoa.
Yes, it is. It's loaded with stuff. This is it's a volume and wah, I believe, if I got that right. I'm pretty sure I did.
I love the little kick pedal.
There's like it's features galore on this thing. It is built like an absolute tank. This pedal is going to
Elad Mizrahi.
Yes. Hey, he's located right over there by you there, Pat.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in. I think is he in Bed-Stuy?
He
Tony?
might be.
I feel like that's what I heard last time. Yeah.
Did you say Shazad Ismaili?
Elad Mizrahi.
Okay.
He does
Right.
Gear Ant.
Okay. I thought you mentioned a friend of mine. His name. He also lives in that neighborhood, and his name is Shahzad Ismaili. Great guy.
Oh, maybe Elad Mizrahi is his nom de plume. Who knows? So anyways, Elad, you've been supporting our show for a long time, and
Yes.
we were really thrilled to get this in your hands. And when I asked everybody, hey, rate, or I listed all the pedals, and I asked them to rate their desire level for them. And he said he basically just did nothing and put 5 out of 5 on. He's like, I want this so bad. Well, guess what? You got it.
Perfect.
Yeah, and go check out Gear Ant. He makes some cool stuff, cool pedals and other bits and bobs you might enjoy. That is not him pinging me on my phone. But I do have one more thing. We had a recent addition to our Patreon family.
Oh, yes.
And as usual, I ask several questions. This little letter is from Caribou Gone. That is
Yes.
the band name of said person.
Uh-huh.
And we usually ask a couple questions. He said, my favorite part of the show is 4 on the floor. See, I wasn't lying. I wasn't lying there, Pat. He says, I love hearing what others depend on. Mine is Boss Line Selector. Side A going to Boss CS3, modded by Alchemy Audio for better op-amp lower noise. That feeds into an MXR 10 band to cut the mids and boost the high end a lot. And side B of the line selector feeds the Helix Stomp XL or the dirty side of my Friedman BE 100, depending on the gig. This is my dirty side. Okay.
All righty.
I listen. Let's see. You guys have entertained me at work for a decade at least. I repair commercial printers with bleeding edge technology, and I use noise canceling headphones to keep out the environment. Been listening since almost the beginning. Finally decided to support because I want to reward excellence and also get my band name, Caribou Gone. Caribou Gone, Caribou Gone, Caribou Gone. Read out loud to your listeners.
Where can Caribou Gone be found?
At Caribou Gone.
.com?
Yes. I will come up with a would you rather, I promise, he says, and then
Nice.
we're going to hold you to that.
Yep.
And he says, my favorite guitar gear would have to be my Collings DC 290. Bought in mint, used a decade ago. Bought at mint.
Mint used.
Mint used?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Well,
Yeah, okay.
it's mint condition,
Mint
but
condition
used.
used. Okay, right. Played the hell out of it and now has so much lovely wear on it. It's perfect white Collings finish. Well, thank you so much, Caribou Gone. Caribou
Maybe they
Gone,
should call it the Caribou Gone finish.
Maybe. That's what he should do. We love letters like that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's cool.
And now, let us dive into what is going on in our music world this week. Pat, we're going to start off with Tony, so you get the gist of the thing, and then we're going to find out what's going on in your music world this week. Tanya Blonsky, go ahead.
Okay. So this week, actually, I just did this today of all days. Oh my God, this blew me away. So it's 10 years ago I put this guitar together. It's a Fender Maverick replica.
Oh.
So if just briefly, it's back in the late 60s, mid 60s, mid 60s. Fender had a bunch of electric 12 bodies and necks and decided to put a Frankenstein
I
kind of thing
remember you
together.
bringing that in.
Yeah.
That is an ugly guitar.
It's unusual. I think it was Babe Simone, who was working at Fender at that time, was given the task of taking these bodies and trying to make something out of them. So he decided he'd take the body over to the bandsaw a little bit and chop off a chunk here and a chunk there. And then the headstocks were actually drilled for 12s. You know, it's the hockey stick headstock.
Yeah, those always remind me of the popsicle. The popsicles that the girls are eating in Clockwork Orange
Oh, yeah.
at the disco. I can't not see that. Anyways.
Well, there you go. Well, anyhow, long story, even longer. I had made
A little bit cold, isn't it, love?
Yes, but the guitar that I had was all together and everything. And I was never totally satisfied with the tortoise guard that I made for it. So I got this really killer batch of tortoise in, and so I decided,
Tony makes pick guards for everybody that doesn't know that.
I make custom pick guards for
Custom pick
guitars
guards,
and other
yes.
things, and I build guitars every once in
Yes.
a while and do all kinds of crazy stuff. But I forgot what a pain it was to put those pickups and everything back in because the body has channels cut in it, and
And they're split pickups.
and they're split electric 12 pickups.
Yeah.
And so I was greatly reminded how painful that was. But it was. I mean, I'm real happy with how it came out. And of course,
Are you a fan of the body style?
am I a fan of the body style?
Be honest. Be honest, Tony.
I can honestly say no.
Okay.
But I built it because I just found it so ridiculous at the time.
Now, Pat, we've said ridiculous and ugly. Are you a fan? Are you a fan of the body style of the Maverick?
I don't know it.
Well, imagine a what did you say, Tony? Like
Imagine an electric 12 that has been taken to the bandsaw and then throw a Mustang bridge on it.
well, I mean, but electric. Okay, so like a Jazzmaster.
Yeah,
With
a chunk missing.
with the butt cut into a point.
Okay, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not into it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So 1 point for Pat for not liking that, but cancel that because he doesn't like black licorice. Okay.
So anyhow, I mean, I'm actually pretty happy with it now, especially since I blocked the Mustang bridge or the Mustang tremolo on it.
If you're playing Psycroc or something, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I see in that.
Yeah.
You know, I can see our friend Pete from Dandy Warhol's playing one of those.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I would say so. So yeah, that's what I did this week.
Outstanding. Pat Kauffman.
Yes.
What
Yes.
is going on in your music world this week? Now, Pat, you're new to the show, so this could be anything happening. Try to keep that outside of what you do on a daily basis that we're going to interview you about.
Right. All right. Outside of work, music. Let me see. I recently discovered an old artist, Mickey Newberry, and I'm obsessed.
Okay.
He was a songwriter back in the late 60s and 70s into 80s, and his stuff is fantastic. I think it's gotten like re-released, which is why now you can get it on Spotify and all that. But I've been digging in the shop through the hi-fi here a lot of Mickey Newberry. So that's been the theme of the week and last week and the week before that.
What kind of, give us a styling, a taste example, if you will.
Oh, man. Well, it just has that kind of songwriter, that late 60s, early 70s singer-songwriter. What is it like? A little bit of like Townes Van Zandt meets Scott Walker kind of a vibe.
Oh.
So it's cool. Yeah. And then he inspired all of the early outlaw country guys. He wasn't quite country. He kind of touched it a little bit, but he inspired like all the old like outlaw country. So like Waylon's covered his songs, Willie Nelson's, like all those guys just adored him. So he's kind of like I wouldn't say the father of outlaw country, but a big inspiration to those guys. So
Excellent. Who else is in your daily listening kind of thing?
oh God, it's just everything. A lot of old soul, a lot of Thin Lizzy.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot. I'm in a room here with my friend Tony, another Tony from Precision Guitars.
Oh, hello, Tony.
So,
Sorry. Let me redo that. Hey, Tony.
Tony. So we share a space here.
How you doing?
We share a space here, and we're just playing good music, all day long. And we're attached to a music store, which has a venue, so there's bands just about every night.
Yeah, your
downstairs.
life doesn't suck at all.
Yeah, it's New York. It's great. It's
That's
expensive,
fantastic.
but it's great.
Nice.
Let's see here. And just out of curiosity, tell us about what kind of rig you play. What is your go-to guitar rig?
Oh God! Well, it's like the shoe cobbler without any shoes. I guess my main guitar here in the shop. I have like an '83 Strat that I really like, so that's my guitar in the shop, and I get to play all these amazing amps. So it's always changing. At home, my wife has a 74 Tele, so I play that when I'm home. And I guess those are the two main guitars that I'm always playing.
All right. Okay. That's a nice little can do everything kind of thing.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Tony, since you asked, for me,
Oh, Todd, what about you?
well, so I had this Chicago Rat pedal that I got from Daredevil.
Cool.
And it's, as he, when he was on last time, explained, this is not a Rat.
Nope.
It is a distortion and fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only select one or the other. It isn't like fuzz distortion going into fuzz or vice versa.
Non-cascading, as we would say in the biz.
Non-cascading, yes. So this is, it says population, bleed, and filth. And it's got the rat with the leather jacket and the Daredevil logo on it, and the eyes light up when you do the fuzz.
Two eyes.
Two eyes, and they flicker when you dig in real hard. That's cool. I like that. So yeah, he just said this was like super loud and super, noisy.
Yes.
And I got to be honest, he's not wrong, but it wasn't. To me, that almost makes it sound like this is going to be something that I would deem unusable for the kind of music that I play. But I found love in the rabid side, which is the fuzzy side. Yeah, I really liked it a lot, and it sounded great through the AC30. So I had the Eastwood
Yes.
side jack
Ah.
with the noiseless
Uh-huh.
Fralins in it.
Very nice.
Yeah, sounded great. I like it.
That's my noiseless P90 of choice.
Yes. Well, it is mine too, because that's the only one I have. So,
Obviously.
are you familiar with Daredevil pedals there, Pat?
I am not.
Very good dude. He is definitely a fan of the Thin Lizzy and big noisy
that's true.
classic.
Ooh.
Just, big amps, big sound, big everything. And he is, if you looked up rock and roll in the dictionary, there's a picture of Johnny there for sure. That's what I would
Nice.
say. Anyway, so that is the Chicago Rat, and this is nicely priced, everybody, and he still has some, and you get a T-shirt with it too.
Oh, my.
I'm pretty sure, Johnny. If I said that, forgive me.
Just charge Todd for all the T-shirts you have to send out.
No, please don't. Anyways, all right. Well, that was super duper fun hearing what's going on in our music worlds. But
Hey, Todd.
what?
When you were trying out that Chicago Rat pedal,
Yes,
I'm assuming
I used Tour Gear Designs patch cables.
That's
what you were gonna say, right?
I was just thinking that.
Perfect. Yes, Tour Gear Designs patch cables built out of Canada, and
It's built out of Canada.
It's built out of Canada. They're built in Canada.
They're built in Canada.
Yes,
They
yes.
come out of Canada.
Yes, exactly. That's a weird phrasing that we tend to stick on things. My bad. They are Canadian.
Yes.
And
and they're very polite.
very polite, and they're very good friends of the show and have been supporting the Four on the Floor episode for a long time.
Yes.
Go load up your cart. And
Well, did you tell them where to find the cart?
yeah, well, I'm gonna at tourgeardesigns.com.
Yeah.
It's right next to Tony's Pizza. Where you can get a great chicken parm sandwich as well. And anyways, you're gonna load us up, and you're gonna get a couple sizes. You're gonna get like the 3-inch, the 4-inch, the 6-inch, the 8-inch, the 12-inch. You're gonna get it all.
All of them.
Throw them in there and hit purchase. Now, wait a minute. I know what you're thinking.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna just blindly purchase these, Todd. It smells like you're giving me a deal. Well, you're right. You're going to pop that open. You're going to get the little coupon code area. Tony, what do you put in that code area?
I believe you put the guitar knobs, all lowercase, all one word.
That is correct. You're going to save how much?
I believe it's 15%.
That is correct. As long as it lasts, and as long as the two post offices on either side of the line are playing nice.
And you get a free T-shirt.
Yes, because right now, literally, I can't ship anything to Canada. So what the heck's up with that? I don't know.
Oh, because the Canada Post is on strike.
Yes, I know. So that's great fun. Anyways, so there you have it, everybody. That's what you need to do with your pedal boards. And now,
Let me get a little bit of this.
1, 2, 3. Four on the floor. Okay, Pat Kauffman from Kauffman Electronics, Pat Kauffman Electronics. What is your 4 on the floor?
I'd have to say number 1, a Big Muff. I would say number 2, the EH-LP1 linear power booster. I think 3, the Dallas Rangemaster, just to get the Iommi sound.
Yeah.
And 4 is, I never played a real one, but I did play a copy of the BM Champion Fuzz. I only heard that a couple days ago, and I was pretty damn hooked. That's incredible.
The BM Champion Fuzz.
Yeah, early 70s UK fuzz. It sounds like really incredible.
Wow. Let me look that up. I have not heard of that. The Barnes and Mullen 1977 Champion Fuzz.
Okay, late 70s.
Yeah, in orange. Well, this is. I mean, they might have been earlier ones too. I'm not familiar with this fuzz. But now we are, and look at that. That's why we do this. So you had, let's go back to front. You did the
Big Muff,
the Big Muff, and
I'm from the '90s. I'm old as a dinosaur, so I just grew up with so much '90s music, and I love Big Muffs. I mean, they just, definitely has a vibe and a tone.
They're right around the corner from you too, huh?
Yeah, they're here in Long Island City, so they're not far.
Yeah.
So there's nothing better than like plugging in a Big Muff and just spacing out.
And just going.
Yeah.
And then the second one was?
Linear Power Booster, E8 Electro-Harmonics. It's just a 1 transistor boost. I like it just as an amp tech. I'm so into like tube sound that it's just not a lot of gain. It's just, colors. It actually doesn't color the sound at all. It just gives you,
pushes it.
Some gain. Yeah, pushes it a little bit. So I really like really simple, like 1 transistor pedals. I did a class where I designed a 1 transistor pedal, and we were building them, and it was a long time ago. Kind of forgotten about it, but so I'm kind of into the idea of like less is more.
Yeah.
So I really love the LP1.
Yeah.
3 has to be just the Rangemaster, just because Tony Iommi. I mean, it's like the best sound ever. Those early Sabbath records. So, and that's what he was plugged into. That into a Laney.
Yeah, that's not going to get a whole lot of argument with the Rangemaster. Still, it still sounds so good. When you play, it's just when you plug those things in, it's a singular sound. Nothing else really sounds like that.
Yeah. And then the Champion Fuzz, I didn't know about. I was like, how is this a thing that I didn't know about?
Did one come in your shop? Do you repair pedals often?
I really don't repair pedals. There is a pedal tech here, but on the sales floor, there's a really nice copy, a clone of the Champion Fuzz, and I was just playing with it the other night, and man, it was just so incredible.
Huh. I'm gonna have to dig into that a little bit more.
Yeah, dig in. It's worth it.
Oh, awesome, man. Okay, and just out of curiosity, the partner that you were referencing, is it Precision Guitars or Precision Guitar Kits?
Oh yeah, so Precision Guitars. He has he's a luthier, so he has his business, and then I have my business, and then we're in the back of Main Drag Music, which now has a venue. So Main Drag's been in business for almost 30 years. So I've been working for them since I was a kid, really, since 2000. And then I sort of went off on my own a couple years ago. So I'm still in the building, but I am a separate entity.
That's cool. A lot of history there.
Yeah, we have a synth tech, and we have Main Drag has a synth tech, and they have a pedal tech. And yeah, it's kind of like a collective. So there's just a lot going on. It's a nice big space. So we're able to do all kinds of fun stuff.
So that 4 on the floor, we got through really quick. We're eager to talk to you. So, about your the thing that you do. I imagine you have got a pretty colorful backstory, because not too many people land in the place that you are doing what you do in a direct line.
Right. That's correct.
Yeah. How did it kick off for you?
Well, what can I say? I was into vacuum tubes when I was a kid, like 6, 7, 8 years old. That was like my thing. They're already like not a thing anymore. I go to the local electronics store, and they had a tube tester, and it was never even hooked up. And can I plug it in? I used to test tubes, and they just thought it was the weirdest thing ever. And then I was a radio guy, and I still am. So I do amateur radio, CB radio. So as a teenager, I was playing guitar and messing around with amps and doing a lot of radio stuff. And then I did trade school for electronics. And as soon as I finished that, I moved to New York and I started doing amp repair.
Where'd you grow up?
New Jersey.
Okay. All right. And so when you say you do radio, you work, do you work on radios or you actually like host radio?
Yeah, so for my own hobby and pleasure, I do CB radio. I talk on CB. I do amateur radio. I have a license. So wow. I don't do, I'm not involved in any kind of broadcasting or anything like that, but like old school analog, all tube. I'm really into like 40s and 50s stuff. Uh-huh. So I've built some of my own equipment too, and I've talked all over the world on, equipment that I made. And, so it's kind of, that was like my original love before, like the guitar thing kind of came in, when I was like 15, 16 years old. But before that, it was radio. So as soon as like I picked up guitar, I was like, wow, people use tubes and amps. That's so weird. Like I got all these tubes. I like tubes. So it was kind of a perfect marriage. And I was just sort of, I don't know, off to the races pretty young.
Wow. So that's interesting. Not too many people get into tube guitars via tubes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is also a bit ironic, I think, because, most people that we've talked to, including our own Rob Chafe, he's a guitar guy. And he's like, wait a minute, I should be fixing my own gear.
Right.
And I totally understand the appreciation for like old stuff because it's cool and it's unique. It's not necessarily always because it's old, but there just seemed to be more of a desire for people to put their mark on things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
More so than now. But now, was your family, was your folks, your brother, were they into this stuff too?
No, nobody, just me. I was completely.
I don't know if you have a brother. I'm just,
Yeah. No, my dad was into music. He didn't play, but he had a good record collection. So I grew up with music in the house, but it was all me.
Out of curiosity, when people see that you have all those radios and everything, so if anybody goes and checks out the Pat's website or Instagram, it looks like, oh, look at all these things. There's a lot of people that turn those into amps. Mm-hmm. Are they often mistaken for that, or?
That has happened. Yeah, that does happen. People do that. I think that's great. I love that, anything we can do to either preserve an AM radio or turn into an amp, as long as it doesn't end up in a dumpster, I'm excited about.
I dig it. Can you tell me a little bit about, so that, like I mentioned that post where you said, this is where this is from. I'm assuming you have a very deep knowledge of, the area that you're in. And it seems, I think we all know New York has a very rich history. Is that something that you are deeply into, or you just happen to make that one post about that?
Yeah, well, that post was, I'll be very honest, like my post and my videos, I don't know if they come across this way, but they're pretty rushed. But that one wasn't. I gave myself a day just to do a quick reel. And a couple of nights before, I was on eBay, like looking through just old tube advertisements, and I saw this advertisement for speed radio tubes, and I never heard of the company, and I saw the address. Like, wait a minute, that's like right there. Like I walk by it every day. How is that? So I was like, well, I'll buy this old ad, and when it comes, I'm going to do a post. And there's not much information on the company, but I was able just to put together what I could and do a quick, I gave myself a day, and then I ended up at the bar, and then it worked out good.
So the next morning you made a post.
Yeah.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah. What was I thinking? So did that kind of spur any interest for you to kind of dig into more things in your area, or were you already digging?
Yeah, I was already digging, I actually weirdly like a lot of the radios, either AM radios or CBs I collect. I liked buying stuff that was at least made in New York or the Northeast, just to limit myself, because I have like 140, 150 AM radios. If I don't limit myself, I'd have 500.
Wow.
So I just have a thing for history. I wish I had more time to devote to that kind of thing, but sometimes on like my YouTube channel, I'm doing a Premiere amp soon that was owned by Ry Cooter. So I'm going to do a quick history on Premiere amps. And if I have time, I'll go to the old factory, which I'm trying to figure out where it was. Some guy I know says he knows where it was, but there's like no information. Getting information is tough. And I don't have all that much time. I'm so busy with, work and kids and bills that I wish I had more time and resources for the history, but I do what I can.
Yeah. That, it certainly made an impression on me, and that it made me very curious, not only about, our own area, more in that and in the area that you were describing. And so here in Ohio, I think we also have an affinity for, at least for people that we've talked to in the pedal amp and guitar kind of thing, of like, if we can trace that back in a similar fashion, it's like, that's pretty neat, because it is, you are grabbing onto a piece of history, especially if you know where it's coming from, not just because it's old.
Right. I have a question for you guys. Where in Ohio are you guys?
We're in Columbus.
Oh, cool. I have another question for you guys.
Yes. Nobody ever asks us questions. That's the first time on a show.
There's a lot of good soul and gospel music that came out of Ohio, especially Columbus. And why is that? I always kind of wondered. Just very melodic, cool soul and gospel.
Well, Tony's the guy for that, because he's old as dirt.
Ah, thank you. That's insulting to dirt.
Tony, do you have a response to that?
I don't.
Because I'm a transplant here, so I'm
a
honestly,
transplant here too.
Well, no, you're not. I mean, Youngstown. Come on.
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
Nope.
I don't know. That's very good. I'll have to dig a little bit, because
I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah.
See, Pat, you're doing your job really well. Digging up old ghosts.
We're totally ill prepared.
Yes. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Spiritual Tornadoes, Gospel Airs of Columbus, Ohio. I think those are two groups that from like the 50s to 60s that freaking rocked. It was like hard gospel with like cool melodic guitar lines. And it's probably very hard to find, but it might be something on YouTube.
I think the Spiritual Tornadoes are the... They must have been featured in Rudy Ray Moore's Dolomite movies. It sounds like it, because he was a human tornado.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if you know that, Tony.
I realize that now.
Yes. Anyways, okay. Well, you stumped us, Pat. So that's one.
But
point,
we
one
will.
more point for Pat. So Pat has. He's
what's
back
the score?
to 1 point now.
Oh, okay.
Back to one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Positive one.
Yeah.
We'll do a little research on that, though. That's
It's interesting. I love learning things about here. I'm originally from California, and I'm here by way of Minnesota, so I still am loving learning all about Ohio and all the awesome history about it, because there is some cool stuff, just like anywhere.
Yeah.
Now, for those who might be wondering, like, what in an average day is Pat involved in? Obviously, you're repairing amps and making your own amps, I believe, too, right?
Yeah, I was making hi-fi amps. It's kind of on hiatus right now, but I make hi-fi amps. Yeah.
Okay, so daily workday, you're getting, it's mostly guitar amps, I would assume.
Yeah,
right?
95%. Yeah.
Now, the reason I ask this is because you're also in an area that is kind of, at least to our understanding, the amp thing is dwindling, because gigs don't play loud and people don't want to carry stuff through the trains anymore.
That is true. And it used to be a lot different than it is now. That's true.
Can you just kind of tell us about where things are at with that right now, and is there still like enough love for that, or where do you see things going?
I think maybe I have a lot of studios and a lot of players who record are still definitely using tube amps and using tube amps in practices, but definitely digital amps and lighter tube amps is definitely the move. And in New York, especially, I hear they're very conservative about how loud you can get. Certainly in your apartment. That's another thing. I was just saying to a friend of mine here. It's like, most people who play in an apartment cannot play like a loud tube amp. So you're lucky if you can kind of get a champ on two.
Yeah.
So I do think that it's, certainly in the studio world and the professional world, there's a lot of tube amps, but it definitely is dwindling. And I think especially in New York, it's definitely dwindling. If it's back in the heyday, it was insane how many amps were coming in here.
For sure.
Yeah, we were pushing I had like a tech under me, and then a helper, a full-time tech under me, and then a helper, and then I had an 80-hour-a-week work schedule. And probably on the most, we were doing 50 amps a week.
Wow.
Here. Yeah, it was insane. And everyone was playing big amps, and there were 3 venues on our block, just our block. And there were rehearsal, because it was industrial. I know we were talking before about how industrial the neighborhood was. It was just perfect because there were so many bands and so many rehearsal spaces and DIY venues, and it's all gone now.
Yeah. Even the DIY stuff. The reason I ask that is I think as things often change or get forced down, it's sort of like, let's pour concrete here. Well, guess what's going to sprout up? A plant will find its way through the concrete. You know what I mean? So do you think that there is, while everybody is now sort of embracing, all right, well, I guess we can't play our guitars the way we want them to, is there any kind of plant squeaking out of the concrete, so to speak?
Yeah, I find there's 2 trends that I find. One is just being on social media, which is fairly new for me. Like a lot of people are coming in from far away, so that brings in work. But I would also say I've been doing workshops here in New York and Los Angeles with a really good friend of mine, Colleen Fazio Electric. So we're doing a class here in 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
And it's sold out in less than a day with 17 students.
That's awesome.
So what seems to be people really want workshops. They want to learn. They want to do things with their hands, and they want to have something fixable. Like even if they have to have a digital amp for this or that or whatever the situation is, just people really want to build their own things and learn about amps. And it's tricky because there is, high voltage and, it's expensive to just buy the tools and dig in building an amp kit when you don't know anything. So I find that that's the plant that's shooting up fast, is workshops. And we're doing them here. We've done some in LA, and now next year, probably Chicago and other cities. So that seems to be the thing that is people are excited about, and people love old tube amps. They're just, in all ages, old, young, retired, teenagers, everybody. So I think if there's anything positive, it's that's the tree that's growing through the concrete.
That's cool. What's your favorite kind of amp to work on?
Oh, vintage stuff. Old Fenders are just easy.
Yeah.
I do a lot of point to point. I do a lot of Ampegs because Ampeg was in New York and New Jersey. So I do a lot of Ampegs. But working on old Fenders, I love working on old Supros, trainers, all the old stuff.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. How about, I mean, a lot of people in Texas that I talk to, they get, I don't know, they're not entirely happy with PCB amps. Because a lot of, especially the newest ones, they're not designed to be repaired.
That's correct. Yeah.
So, but the point-to-point stuff, it's just really, to me, it makes more sense. And honestly, it seems much more simple when it comes to, the componentry and different things like that. So I mean, other than maybe for consistency or ease of manufacture, going to a PCB seemed a bit overkill.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Certainly new amps too. I won't mention any manufacturers, but I've seen a lot where they'll catch fire and the board burns up, and it's just, I don't know. It could be a little bit much. I just think having a solid point-to-point amp that you can service, will last forever. I get amps. It's a couple of years ago, but a gentleman walked in with a 59 Gretsch and a 59 Ampeg that he bought the day he graduated high school. His dad took him into like Manny's in Manhattan.
Yep.
And he had the guitar set up like one other time, but he brings him in. This is like right before COVID, just a little bit ago. But he brings in the guitar and the Ampeg, which was never serviced. And he's like, yeah, I'm just getting zapped. I want to get a 3-prong cable on this. And it's just like, and he's like, I play this he's been playing it like every weekend since 1959. So it's like, it just tells you like the quality of even when they were making stuff cheap then, it was still pretty high quality, something that could last that long. And it's like, well, I'll change the cable. We should do the electrolytic caps while we're in there. And we did that. And said, all right, you're good for another, 60 years.
Yeah, you're not going to get shocked anymore, at least for a while.
So what do you say when someone just got turned on to guitar and they want to get themselves into a tube amp, or someone said, man, kid, you got to have a tube amp, and they come and maybe they are asking to get their grandpa's amp repaired or something like that. When people like that come in, I assume I'm going to make the assumption that they don't necessarily know what they're getting themselves into.
That's
do you find
true.
that to be the case?
I find that to be the case, but I'll say it seems like recently, like the young people, they just kind of know, I think, from just being online, like they're just a little more savvy, and that's a good thing. So I've been kind of like pleasantly surprised lately, like young people, like teenagers, high school, or just like in college, coming in with like really cool gear, or like a junker, but they're like, yeah, I want to upgrade to like a Fender Deluxe soon. I want to get, I want to get a V4B, like, all right, man, that's cool, So I've been pleasantly surprised with the kids, and let's put it that way.
That's nice.
Not too shabby. Now, what would you tell someone who might be listening to this, who is that person who may not be walking into your shop, but is like, I feel like I need to connect with guitar better. I've got X digital kit, but I want something old, and I want something that's going to sound cool. What are some things that you might say that are things that you should highly consider and highly not consider?
Yeah. I mean, if there was anything, like I wouldn't recommend spending a ton of money on like a vintage Vox or something like that. But, there's a lot of cool, solid vintage tube amps that you can buy. Music Man, old Ampegs, the Fenders are definitely, going up in value, but, getting like a Silverface Deluxe, it's a great amp. And, I would just say to people who want to get into it, don't be intimidated, because there's a lot of good techs out there. It's different now than it was, in the sense that a lot of people who were servicing amps 10, 20 years ago might have been old guys from like the TV world that didn't have any TVs to fix, and they didn't really play guitar or know much about music. There was a lot of that here in New York.
We had some of that here too, from what I understand.
Yeah. It's all gone now. So you're finding like this is the age of like specialized techs. And there's a lot of good techs, have a good relationship with the tech, and they're all honest people, and if there's one downside, I would have to say the parts have gotten really expensive. They're available, but getting your amp fixed, the parts have gotten, tubes and transformers have gotten very expensive. So that's one downside, but having a relationship with the tech, getting a cool amp, Maybe know if you want something like a small combo, or if you're in a loud band, get maybe you don't even need a 4x12, get a 2x12 or something, But yeah, I definitely say jump into it, and if you get something old that's serviceable, you're going to be able to pass it down, and you're going to be able to have it the rest of your life. It's always going to be there. If you buy a new amp, it's probably going to be in the trash in 10 years.
What is the most common thing that you see people who maybe are first owners of old amps do? As far as maybe I don't want to say mistakes, but just like
missteps.
Yeah. Let me think. I've had a lot of people ask about modifying. Like, if people who don't really know a lot about amps, they come in with their first amp and they're with a list of things they read online that they want to have modified. It's like, you don't need to start modifying your amp. Like, just get it solid. A lot of times, their problems aren't even amp problems; they're guitar problems, where they're like, "Oh, my Strat's noisy, but my Les Paul isn't." Well, yeah, there's single coil pickup. Like, there's a lot of things. Too, in New York, there's so many cell towers that people will bring in their amp, and they're like, "Oh, here's my video," and it's like, "Yeah, that's like digital cell phone noise." You're like, "Yeah, it only does it in my practice space, but not at home, and not like, yeah, it's an environmental issue." So that's a challenge in New York or anywhere, but especially here. So, sometimes maybe before you bring an amp in, you can just email the tech and just have a video clip. Oh, it's doing something weird. I'm not sure if this is a problem. Yeah.
Do you often help people kind of that are chasing any particular sound? Is that something that you get asked to do much?
Yeah, sometimes, but probably less than you think. A lot of people kind of have an idea already. And, my favorite band is, the Breeders, and I have a JCM 900, a lot of people kind of know what they're going for. But yeah, I think generally a lot of times it's like where the pedals come in, it's like, if you, what's a good amp for like a pedal platform? Sometimes people will be like, well, I have this Champ and I have 6 distortion pedals and I put everything on 10 and it's kind of muddy. It's like, yeah, it's going to be muddy. Like,
yeah. Well, you know what, on that note, in your words, can you share because we've got a wide range of listeners, new to old. How would you describe, a pedal platform amp versus, a non-pedal platform amp, for lack of better terms?
Yeah. I guess my definition, to me, pedal platform, and I'm not even sure what the latest like buzzwords and all that are. I'm kind of old school, but a cleaner amp, even a solid state amp like a JCM 120 is a good pedal platform. Like just an amp that can reproduce cleans and has clean headroom. If you have good headroom, you can do a lot with pedals. Headroom being when you are turning, your amp isn't going to distort when you start. Like clean headroom, so that you can get a clean tone at a large volume. Some of the greatest amps don't have clean headroom, and they're not the best for pedals. Yeah. Like I have a Supro Thunderbolt. And that's, it sounds best with no pedal, crank to 10. It's just like, oh my God. It's like the Jimmy Page sound. It's not the amp that Jimmy Page used, but it's pretty close. Yeah. Like it's a little bit of a one trick pony, but that's the thing it does. And, a lot of some pedals will sound good, but a lot of them maybe don't. Yeah. So I guess to me, a pedal platform is more about an amp that has clean headroom. If it has an effects loop, that could be helpful too. But, and two, like a lot of it's subjective. It really depends on what you're trying to do, and, is it a loud band? Are you a solo act? Do you have a loud drummer? Back in like the aughts here, like every band was freaking loud and people just had like stacks of amps and speakers and put everything on 10 and it would blow shit up. Like,
Now, where are you in the whole tube the solid state thing?
Or maybe more importantly, the tube versus all the digital.
Well, no. That's a different thing.
Oh, that's a different thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the short answer is that they're all tools, and whatever works for you is awesome. But I'm a tube guy, and solid state can sound good, but it's different. Solid state will tend to break up and have its own sound. To me, it could be kind of harsh. I kind of like tube distortion of a tube amp. It's like it's more soft clipping, and there's more compression, or more of a musical compression. I feel like tube amps really, to me, have a much different feel when you're playing them, but even like from the guitar, like the way it feels in your hands, like pick sensitivity. Some solid state amps are cool. I like, some of the PV solid state stuff is cool. But yeah, I'm really I'm a tube guy.
Yeah. I think we got that part. It is a thing that is, that whole thing bends with the wind, occasionally, and there was like, yeah, wait a minute, no. Now,
how about my question?
Yes.
A real, we can do solid state or tube versus a virtual amp.
Yeah, I don't even know if I have strong opinions other than I'm not that into it. I mean, I think it certainly could be a helpful tool, especially in New York. I know that Metallica just ditched tube amps. I thought that their reasoning, what I heard was their reasoning was kind of silly, but yeah, they kept blowing up. Like they're inconsistent, and they kept blowing up. Like, I don't know if they have a good tech on the road.
My amp keeps blowing up.
But yeah, I think digital could be. It's. I know it's getting better, and it's certainly easy, lighter. But it's there's something about the tactile experience to me of playing through a tube amp and setting it up, and it's just. Personally, what I
and I mean that's what your entire career is based on.
Yeah,
I mean I'm gonna maybe build on Tony's question a little bit. Like, I would imagine that that discussion probably lands on your table, every so often, as far as the sound of a good vintage amp, and the characteristics of the ones that we all love. And the hardest part is does this feel, or is this as close as I can get to the real thing without being the real thing? Because there's loads of machines that model these things.
Yeah.
Have you had experience, or have you kind of determined anything that you feel is like, if I'm going to have to do this, I think this one's doing a very good job of it?
Yeah, I can't think of any particular. I don't even know of any particular brands, or I've personally played them. I know downstairs in the venue, there's tube amps, and some people have come in with their digital amps, and I feel like in the mix of a band, it's pretty good. But when I've heard people kind of sound checking, it does to me sound a little bit lifeless a little bit.
Yeah.
And I will say, just to prop up tube amps, just a couple of nights ago, this young band, they're like 19 years old. They came up from Delaware or something, and the guy had like a Music Man HD 130. This kid, man, they were doing rock and roll, and I was like, damn, like it sounded so good, and it was, so yeah, I mean, I could just say, just from the venue downstairs when I've hung out and listened, the tube amps are just better, in my opinion. I definitely think that the modelers could be a useful tool, and certainly easy to navigate and get around town and all that. But, I think, again, like for recording and like really getting in there, get a tube amp.
Yeah. Well, you're not you're not giving us anything that we are lifting our noses at.
Yeah.
We are great fans of the tube stuff, but we're also, inundated with all the new digital, just like everybody else.
Yeah, I know. I know someone who bought. I don't know what model, but he bought 2 digital amps. They blew up right on him. They really can't be serviced, and he was kind of like bumming about them.
Yeah.
So there's that issue too. As a tech, I'm so focused on serviceability.
Sure.
So that's kind of like, I hate like e-waste. I just hate the idea of like buying something and then a year later you're throwing it out. Like, ugh.
Yes. Now, may we ask you about, what goes into many of these amps? Speakers. Do you have a favorite speaker or speaker brand of your own?
I don't think I do. I like a lot, if it's a British amp, to me, like the Celestions always sound best. And if it's an American amp, Jensen's always sound great to me. I like Jupiter speakers a lot. I've been using them a little more. And I've also been liking putting in, sometimes people I like Princeton reverbs, which are not the loudest amp in the world. And people always try to get as much headroom out of the amp as they can. So a lot of people will put in a Celestion 10-inch speaker, and I think it sounds pretty awesome. I think it just works. What else for speakers?
Well, on the 10-inch thing, that's actually a good segue into my next question, which is I'm having more conversations with people who are really starting to embrace the 10-inch sound.
Yeah.
And I don't know why now. That I'm kind of, I don't know if
it's all
just people
shrinking.
Yeah.
Smaller speakers and smaller wattage amps are definitely on the rise, and big amps are on the down low. At least here in New York.
Buy low, sell high.
Yeah. So 10-inch speakers are definitely like kind of hot right now.
Tony.
Yes.
You have some 10-inch speakers, don't you?
No.
No amps? No 10-inch amps?
No, I don't. I am not a fan of the 10-inch speaker. I've
Interesting.
never have, probably never will until I hear something. Maybe a 10-inch Celestion Blue might change my mind. I don't know.
I agree with that. Yeah, I have to be on I think the Celestion 10s, I really do like a lot, and I think some of the other brands and 10s, they just kind of oomph out a little bit on the low end.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I've never been able to get a lot of low end out of any other than a 12-inch speaker.
Yeah.
For guitar, I think that seems to be the perfect. Even with a low wattage amp, you run that through a 112 or 212, and it's still, to my ear, sounds right. But you run it through a 10-inch speaker, and in fact, you mentioned a Princeton reverb. My first real amp was like a 65 blackface Princeton reverb that someone had taken the 10-inch out and front loaded a 12-inch. And it sounded killer. I mean,
it sounded killer. Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
But I'll tell you, a lot of it too. It's so funny. I got to be honest. Sometimes it's like goes down to the player.
Yeah.
There was a great guitarist in the city, Jim Campolongo. I did a lot of his amps. He moved to San Francisco, but his Princetons. He's had a bunch of Princetons, but he had 10 inches in them. One had a Celestion, I think. I think it had a G10 in it, maybe. But most of them just had the original speaker, which you'd get reconed. He put the amp on 10, and he rolled off the volume on the guitar like considerably.
Yeah,
and the bass sounded great. Like when he played it and I played it, sounded like flubby cardboard. I'm like, man, this sounds awful. Then he would come in and it was like a totally different thing. I'm like, oh, all right, well, there you go.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure. I mean, it's, and you're right. 9 times out of 10, it is the player, not the machinery.
Yeah.
So repairing the amps, that's going to probably keep going forever and ever and ever and ever. Cross everybody's fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have your classes, and what could people tell us a little bit more about the classes and what people might expect and where you intend to go with those things?
Yeah, well, I do it with my friend Colleen, and it's kind of organic. It's just been growing year after year. And next year we had a build class in LA a couple weeks ago. And
how long did that take?
That one was 2 days, and we built a Tweed Champ. Everyone left with a Tweed Champ. This class is going to be, you can build a Vibro Champ or a Princeton Reverb, depending on what you signed up for.
Nice.
And this is a 3-day class, and we teach theory and how to solder. And so far, everyone's left with a working amp. And last year in New York, we did 5E3 Deluxe. Everyone left with a 5E3 Deluxe. That worked. There was some troubleshooting, get them all working, we teach theory and how to solder, and we have all the tools, and it's a lot of fun. We got music and a lot of pizza. We kind of go crazy with the pizza.
Where do you get your pizza?
Well, let's see. Lindustry, local. There's a place a little local, closer to the shop than Tony's, is Lindustry, and they're great. And we get pizza there. It's such a hoot, man. We have such a good time, and we talk music, we play records, and it's just such a great vibe. And everyone leaves with a working amp, and and it's great. And people in this class in New York, a lot of the people who are taking it already took the last class, so people are coming back for more amps. And
cool.
And it kind of this one gentleman who took it last year. He was an electrician. And over the past year, he's now retired, and all he does is screw around with amps. And he's taking the class again, and he brings me all these amps he's fixed or kits he's building, and he's so excited. And he goes to the library. It's so cute. He goes to the library and prints out like reproduction labels, and then he stains them with coffee so they look correct. And he's like, he bothers the library. He's like, I don't have a printer, so I go to the library. And it's just, it kind of just gets the excitement going, keeps the history going, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, do you provide the kits, or you put all
we
bits and
provide
pieces?
Everything.
Nice.
Yeah. So this time we're working with amplified parts, and we've used other vendors before, and this time because they make a Vibro Champ and they make a Princeton Reverb. And the quality is phenomenal on the kits that they sent. I'm looking at one now. It's really good quality. So I'm really excited to get, let's see, we got 17 people coming in 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What is the cost to do the class?
Yeah, so this one, because it's a little more expensive, because like the Princeton Reverb and the Vibro, a little more expensive than a Tweed Champ. So the Vibro Champ is $1,900, and I believe $2,100 for the Princeton Reverb, and that includes everything. That's everything. There's tax, New York sales tax.
So you get your amp, you get pizza.
Yep. You get pizza. And an education.
And education.
And
probably some more pizza.
Yeah. And cannolis and donuts.
You had me at cannoli.
That's awesome.
And Peter Pan donuts. Next time you guys are on Instagram, look up Peter Pan donuts and see the magic.
Okay.
Wow.
And Fortunato Brothers Pastries, another place that, I go. I was already there twice today. Once in the morning and once in the afternoon.
Should we order the Tinkerbell?
Yeah. So, how often are you doing these courses now?
It was
is it like regular or? Just...
Yeah. It was about twice a year. Next year, I'm not sure. Probably at least 3 or 4.
Nice.
We're both really busy techs, so it's hard to, we can't just do as many as we'd like. And there's also flying. I fly out to Los Angeles, and then Colleen flies out here in New York. But next year we're working with Reverb actually, and we're going to try to do something in Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Too cool, man. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure talking with you and learning about the things that you're doing and making and are so wildly enthusiastic about. That's the third and final time that I'll say that today.
Oh, thank you.
We are rounding third, heading
are.
home, trying to avoid getting ejected for whatever silly baseball rule gets made up in the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Hit us.
Well, you know, Todd.
Yes.
At this point of the show,
Yes.
there's a little game that we like to play.
Would you rather?
I believe it's called Would You Rather.
Bingo. Bingo.
Who sent us this one?
Bob Crouch.
Oh, Bob Crouch. Thanks, Bob. Our good buddy Bob, king of the Would You Rathers.
Pretty close. He's in a tie with Bruce Bacon.
Bruce Bacon, yes. So he's calling this A Tale of Two
And Trevor
Terrors.
Ellenberg.
Oh,
Anyways,
that's right.
Yeah.
So A Tale of Two Terrors.
A Tale of Two Terrors.
Do you like the alliteration?
I love alliteration.
Yes. So here's the gist. You have been quested with choosing between two terrifying opportunities. Boy, there's a lot of alliteration.
I like it.
The first opportunity is to play the national anthem live by yourself at the opening of a major league sports event. You get 2 months' notice to prepare.
Pass. What's the next
No,
thing?
Hey,
I need 2 months. Okay.
Hey, hold on.
I would need every minute of that 2 months.
So you got 2 months to prepare and access to whatever gear you want to use to pull it off.
Okay.
The second opportunity is to go on stage with an, quote, all-star, unquote, band of music icons to play a 6-song set.
Oh, my. So it's like a Super Bowl kind of thing.
Yeah, sort of, yes. You will be the only guitar player. And there's, you get 2 weeks to prepare.
Uh-huh.
But there's no rehearsal.
None.
None. You just show up and play.
Yeah.
And you can only use your own gear as it exists today to play through the show.
Yes.
Okay? Which would you rather?
Oh, man, that's a really, really good one.
But there's more.
Okay.
As a bonus portion of this fun game, for
Okay.
option 1,
Yes.
you have to say which sports team you'll be playing the national anthem for. For option 2, you have to name the drummer, bassist, and singer you're playing with.
Jeez.
So,
That's a lot of homework.
well, just from your soul,
Okay.
from your heart.
Tony,
Yeah.
I got to say, Bob's really giving us the screw on this one. The screw ball.
Yes.
Yes.
The curveball.
The curveball. I like the screwball better.
The screwball?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead. You started off. Tanya Bolonsky,
Okay. I don't want to do
Polish wonderkind.
I don't want to do either. But I
Okay.
guess I have to choose one of them.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to embarrass myself no matter what. So why not go big or go home? I'm doing the national anthem at a major league event.
Wow.
And to make it even bigger, I'm going to play at Yankee Stadium
Wow.
and play the Star Spangled Banner.
with a Fender Bass 6.
No, I'm going to use an ukulele.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
That's what I'm after.
Pat, what are you doing?
All right, so I'm playing a stage with my friends. So let's see. Let me think. If I can for a drummer.
It's got to be notable.
An icon.
Nice.
All right, here's what I'm doing. I'll tell you the singer. The singer's going to be Iggy Pop.
Yeah, nice.
And the drummer, I'm going with Bill Ward. And the bass player's got to be Geezer. So it's going to be Sabbath, but with Iggy Pop. That's what I'm doing. And I hope Iommi can come and at least watch, and then I can hang out with him. But
Wow.
that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
That would be. I'd pay to see that.
Golly. So I'm kind of torn. I'm going to go with my first thing. I'm gonna do the second one, and I'm gonna do it with the Hives.
The That's
Well,
your.
that's all.
That's all.
Pretty much all of them. Yeah. And
But
throw
you're-
in,
but
and
you're-
I'll throw in the extra guitar player for free.
No, it's you are the only guitar player.
I'm the only guitar player.
Yes.
I'm still gonna do the Hives.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let you have that.
Wait.
Well, he's thinking about it. Come on.
Actually, I'm gonna take that back.
he's taking it
I'm
back.
taking it back. Wait, because the singer, it has to be a different singer.
Doesn't have to be.
Can I sing?
I guess.
I'm gonna
in theory, you could sing.
Okay, so Pat, I used to do a Clash tribute band for many years.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull in the drummer from the Hives,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pull in
Paul
let's see.
Simonon.
Well, yeah, he's in there. I'm just wondering if I can. Yes, I can. I'm gonna have an answer. I'm pulling Mick in too. Screw it. We're gonna do it.
Wow.
So I'm gonna forfeit the singer. I'm gonna do it because that's
Yeah.
what I did in the
Okay.
Clash tribute band.
Yeah.
And Mick's gonna back me up. That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing. Hot damn.
What kind of guitar are you going to play?
A telly, dude.
Okay.
Of course.
Just checking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was
I don't
an
know if
interesting.
anybody's gonna watch it. But
It's only 6 songs.
yes. No problem. I can do those. I can do the whole catalog just about. So easy peasy.
Nice.
Anyways, all right, Bob. We may have squeaked out of the sides of that the fence that you put us in there, but I think we all managed to get there. Thank you for sending that in. We need to thank a few people, and then we're gonna let our friend Pat go
Yes,
to
indeed.
go get some Mass Brothers chocolate and some Tony's pizza.
Oh, yummy, yum, yum. Well, that's right, Todd. At this point, we like to thank a special group of people,
Yes.
people who are near and dear to our hearts. These are our executive producers. Now, an executive producer helps make this show possible. I'm talking to you, how do you become one? Well, it's easy. You head over to patreon.com/the Guitar Knobs. Check out a couple different levels in which you can participate, become a sponsor, a friend, a hero of the podcast. You like that silence in there? Yeah, it's uncomfortable silence. Each level comes with some very nice thank you gifts and opportunities to win great stuff through our seemingly unending giveaways. But in addition to all that stuff, there is one thing more. What would that be?
You get to have your name read on the thing.
You get to have your name read on the thing. That's what I'm going to do right now. So special thanks to these executive producers: Anthony Lathrop, Brett Hogarth, Cameron Pampas, Darren Gregory, Don Kloss, Elad Mizrahi, James Bell, James White, John Esterly from Rare Buzzer Effects, John Sebastian, John Halverson, Justin Jones, Ken Sayers, Michael Senchuk, Mike Davenport, Owen Eads, Plutone, Ralph Gottschalk from Wonderful Audio Technology. What? Richard Kendall, Rick Calhoun, Rusty Sneeden, Stefan Niam, Tom Barazin. I could do better than that. Tom Barazin.
There you go.
That's better. Trevor Ellenberg, Trevor Gunberg, Vader and Pedals. And, of course, who could forget Caribou Gone?
Indeed.
Also, a name so nice, I'll say it twice. Caribou Gone.
Okay.
But you know, Todd, there's another special group
Yes.
of executive producers. We call them our grand poobahs. These are the creme de la creme, the top of the heap, the A number ones. And they wear a fez upon their head whilst listening to the podcast. So special thanks to these grand poobahs: Anthony Gemalero, Billy Spitfire Unlimited, Bob Crouch, that's the guy,
Yes.
Brian Robinson, Cody Foster, David Kaminga, David Tyndall, Enrico Fernando, Fox Hill Studio, Gregory Randall, Hex Matos, John Williams, Martin Cliff, Matt Hart, Michael Van Zant, Michio Murakishi, Moon Guitars, Pedro Vasquez, Sam Jett, Steve Keys, James Pennington, Zach Oswald from Brandon Wow Pickups, Jonathan Labate from M2 Labs, Ty Barnes, James Castellano, and we said it last time, but he's still new, our good buddy Kenny Howes.
Indeed.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are so thrilled that you have hung out with us for this particular show. We've had a great time talking with our friend Pat Kauffman of Kauffman Electronics. Pat Kauffman Electronics, to be specific.
Correct.
And Pat, where can people go to sign up for your awesome amp building courses or to get some amp help?
Yeah, so I guess just my website would be best, and you could also email me there. And I have a mailing list, so if you're interested in classes, we send out emails. But follow me on social, YouTube, Instagram, all those channels.
Indeed, it's a very engaging content, and I'm glad they're out there doing that because that enabled us to meet you. And Tony, how about yourself?
Head over to pickguardian.com. Check out the stuff that I do. What do? I make custom pickguards for guitars. How do you get one? Send me an email. Let me know what you're trying to do, what you need, what colors, what pickups, what all the stuff. Mm-hmm. All the whats. I will take care of it and make something very special for you. As Todd likes to say, it's your opportunity to make your guitar even more yours.
That is correct. You can shoot me a DM on Instagram. I do take emails, of course, but I'm very responsive on Instagram, and I'd love to hear from you. Just connect. Just say, "Hey, this is me. I'm so and so from where and where."
Yeah,
and
hey,
that's where it starts.
How about some would you rather's?
How about some would you rather's?
Or tell us what your rig is.
Tell us what your
rig is.
Give
us your 4 on the floor.
Give us your 4 on the floor. Do whatever you want. Yell at Tony.
Don't yell at me.
I don't know.
I'm very sensitive.
We thank you. We hope you have a fantastic guitar week. And subscribe!
Boing!
This is what you want. This is what you get. This is what you want.
628.
Oh, well, I just had a sandwich from Tony's Pizza, and it was really good. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
We came on guns blazing, I guess.
He didn't hang up, so.
Yes, that's good. We're off to a good start. Excellent. Now I'm hungry. All I have are these...
Oh, get out of here with that damn salty ass licorice.
Double salt black licorice.
It's poison.
I made John eat one.
Oh my God! Did he have a similar reaction?
I hate black licorice. I'm like, you'll love this, and he ate one.
Oh my God!
Oh, today I just had a sausage parm sandwich, but I change it up.
And, that just helps us make sure that everything is up to the par that we would hope it is.
Yep.
And
we have a par?
We do. A bar. We have a bar. No par.
Bar.
A very low bar.
Yes.
A lot of pepperoni.
You a big pep fan?
Yeah. Sausage and pepperoni and onions. I just love to drop pizza again once we start rolling tape. I'm going to drop Tony's Pizza again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Oh, Tony's Pizza is great. Tony's just a good Brooklyn slice joint,
Pat, how are you?
Great. I'm doing great. How are you guys?
I'm fantastic because my good friend Tony Baloney's sitting here.
Yeah.
He's ugly, but he's a nice guy.
Aww. So, yeah, Todd says, oh, yeah, the same thing. You'll love this. It's double salt black licorice. So I put it in my mouth.
It's so good.
And it literally, the salt in it starts burning through my gum tissue.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you know how licorice is. It just gets...
It's delicious.
It sticks to your tooth. So there's no way of getting this out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it was horrible.
To be fair, I did tell you not to chew it.
Oh, Italian pastries.
Okay.
Cannolis.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, now this is the $1 million question. This is very important. Do you freeze, refrigerate, or neither your chocolate bars?
Generally neither, but often I do like to freeze if I'm going to pick one.
A frozen Hershey bar is a thing of joy. And away we go.
Well, that's it for these knobs. Please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theguitarknobs. Visit our website at theguitarknobs.com for all of our past episodes, 4 on the Floor blog,
and other good stuff. You can connect with us on social too at our Facebook page and share your gear and stories on our Facebook group. Also, be sure to check out our Instagram at Guitar Knobs. Catch you next time.